Welcome into the call. We have head coach Luke Strand on with us. Big series against Bemidji State to finish the regular season. Coach, first of all, let's go back to last week. You get a big sweep on the road against Lake Superior State, and you're able to take the McNaughton Cup on the plane. What was that like?
It was neat. I think I've said it enough, but I remember standing on the ice a year ago, and it had been in our possession during the year, and not due to me at all, obviously, with the previous staff and players. And to hand it off was it felt horrible, and so I probably had a little more angst to get it back because of feeling like you're in charge of and when you lost it. So I just really appreciated the guys that stayed here, that grinded through it, that performed and then got it back, and they knew what it meant to them to have it back. So, and the guys that joined us, I think, got a little sliver of what that's all about as well.
Now you get a chance to come here and play a Bemidji State team that's been hot lately. It took them a little while, but they got there. And so, it's a rivalry series for you. What do you have to do to get the guys ready?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I know Bemidji went through a spell where they didn't win games, but it wasn't they just weren't timely. They played plenty of good hockey, and they didn't get a bounce that they probably needed at the time. If you're Tom, you don't get 400 by accident. It's a lot of wins, so they're a very dangerous team. I mean, their power play has been on fire. They've won in tough places against good teams. So we'll have our hands full. But we got to keep playing good hockey, and that's kind of some people ask me about resting players and doing them. Like, no thanks. It's just not really. If guys are dinged up, that's one thing. But otherwise, we got to keep getting sharpening our own saw around here.
You're always looking for your best players to be your best players. You get 2 players of the week in the CCHA with Groller and Trace. What can you say about their effort over the weekend when you needed them?
Yeah, I mean, Trace has been a pretty constant for us. Just his demeanor and the way he goes about his business. So, some of these weekends have been good for us. Like the Augustana was good for us to have to be back against the wall and win, and now go on the road and do the same thing. And those guys stepped up, and I think when Mersey, you get in Grohl, you get Growler's game has grown. I mean, his confidence has grown. That group has been really good together, him, Pitt, and Isley, and it'll be nice to have home ice so we can probably do a little advantage matching on some of those scenarios as well and less changes. But guys stepping up, I think just the surrounding cast, it's good. And the notoriety is good for those guys, and just it's hard to ignore what Trace has kind of built throughout the season.
Open it up for some questions here if you have them. Kevin Dudley, hand raised.
Hey, Luke. Alex, obviously a semifinalist for the Richter Award. He's going to be up for some big, conference and national awards. Maybe kind of make the case at this point for why you feel like he should be right there at the top, contending with those. I know the numbers are what they are, but just wondering, you want to make the case for him.
Kevin, you're gonna have to ask that one again. We didn't hear you. Sorry.
You got me now? You hear me?
Yep, got you now.
Okay. My question was just, you mentioned Alex there. He's obviously going to be up for a lot of awards here in the next month or so, conference and national. The numbers are what they are, but just wanted you to make the case why you feel like he should be up there with any goaltender in the country when it comes to the conversation for that stuff.
Well, he's not tall enough, right? Everyone's going to complain about that. I think Kevin, for me, the just his maturity, how he's handled big moments, big games, the consistent the way he's gone about his play. I don't think he flinches at many things. There was someone threw out a stat after a loss, like what his record is the next time he plays. He takes the game so personal as far as his competitiveness, but so humble the way he deflects the appreciation and the credit around the room. So I know this as a coach and being in the past with him and sharing some pretty vital winning experiences in our life together. That kid can come with me on any big night, big game, big situation. Doesn't matter the level.
I'll ask about this weekend. I mean, obviously, I know it's every series is big, but coming off clinching the cup, the weekend before the last weekend, you're gonna have a celebration. It could be a spot where some teams maybe there could be a little bit of a lull, especially on that Friday. How much will it be a focus in practice this week to not let all that stuff get in the way and to remember that there is two really big hockey games to be played?
Yeah, it'll be a good test of maturity. I think it'll be a good test of just our internal, what we're really built like. Bemidji's got tons to play for, and they're going to bring their best game, but it's not really about them for us. I thought it was important that our guys had the opportunity to enjoy the cup and the celebration and the feeling. But I also think we've got a group right now that, okay, let's see how good we really can be, and this will be a good test, because when you go from the high, can you keep after it with your maturity and just your standard? So it'll be pushed.
Don West.
Coach, if you look back here since Christmas time, and maybe even a little bit before, in this push to get to the regular season championship, was there any one or two pivotal moments? Maybe it was the Northern Series, maybe it was, the first night at Ferris, but any one or two places where you can really cite that it turned into a different level of engagement to make this push to the regular season championship?
Great question. The Northern part was disappointing, the idea that we had been off and we wanted to get back on track, and you really want to pick up where you left off prior to. It's harder maybe to do than actually fulfill. So the Ferris loss was, we actually kind of liked our game. We didn't win. But I think really, Don, going back and having to play Augustana for a really meaningful moment in our season when they were ahead of us and we had jostled back and forth. And I thought that gave us our first time, for me, that if you look back before break, we were a little bit driver's seat and didn't have to worry about that. And then when we slipped and stubbed our toe there, I think that Augustana, knowing that they had played well and what they were about and what it meant for us, it was kind of our first moment where we had to put up or shut up, and I thought the guys kind of rallied around that.
Don or Kevin, follow up.
Coach, just you obviously pretty much indicated you're going to go, 100% here and not relax at all. But are there any updates on guys who, will wait till the weekend, or health-wise, everything pretty much set to head into this last series and get ready for playoffs?
No, I mean, we're going through, I think, what everyone's going through with I don't know what it is, influenza type A, B, C, D, that whole thing is going on. We've got a few guys nicked up that will wear orange here for the first beginning of the week. Ole didn't play there on Saturday. Hopefully we can get him back around for this weekend. Some other guys just kind of gutted their way through some scenarios. So I hope we are. I think we will be. To full credit to Schmitty and Brett, our strength guy and our athletic trainer, they're the amount that they work hard for these guys to be ready. I'm pretty confident that we'll have a good contingency of our lineup available.
Kevin, go ahead.
As we kind of get into this, you're almost at the point of the kind of the one and done part of the season here. It's cliche to talk about wanting to be playing your best hockey. I think everyone wants that, but do you feel like going into this part of the season, it is kind of more of an art than a science in terms of playing the way you want to play? You want to win every game, but do you feel like your guys, as we get into this part, nearly playoffs, are playing about how you'd want a team to be playing going into playoffs?
Yeah, you hope so. I mean, as a coach, I probably said it too much in some regard, because when you come from different levels, I mean, the regular season championship is nice and all those things, but like you're really trying to prime to be good at the end. College, the end is sooner than later because of the shortness of like the lack of games. So, to play best hockey right now for us started a little while back. We've had a little comment here about being good, but going for it. Like, how good can we be? Everyone says we are. Obviously, our record says we did a nice job. We were good, but can you switch to going for it mode? And that's in preparation. That's in practice. That's in the way we meet. That's in the way the guys are trying to get healthy and take care of one another. I think when you're trying to go for it, it takes everyone. It takes everyone to understand guys' schedules. It takes everyone to understand what guys are doing for themselves. So the best part of the year to play your best hockey, you need best players, but you need your other depth guys to be sharp. And that's what I think some of these guys have had some really critical minutes that we've played. Should help us here down the line.
Any other questions for Coach? All right, well, appreciate you joining us on the call. Congratulations on the McNaughton. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.